What's up, guys? Welcome to the Week 6 recap from the Beeros Drive Fantasy Football League. It's your commissioner here from the great state of Texas. Gotta rock my Kansas City Super Bowl hat because the Chiefs winning was about the only good thing that happened to me this weekend. I think I lost all 3 fantasy football leagues, and I think all 3 of my fantasy football teams are 2-4. So hasn't really been the greatest start of the year for me, but I think we all know what that feels like. Let's go over a quick recap from Week 6. In my matchup with Derek. Derek just won his 3rd game in a row after dropping the first 3 of the season. Beat me by, it looks like, about 30 points. It felt like I was going to lose by a lot more. Kirk Cousins started out the game really poorly for me. Kind of came back at the end. Other than that, it really wasn't ever close, but at least it wasn't a huge blowout for me. Yeah, Derek's 3-3 and in the 6th spot in the league. Next matchup here, we've got Ross Wilson, who continues his winning streak, 6-0, top of the league. Beat Kyler 95-64. Kyler ends up with the lowest score for the week and the lowest score of any 1 week for the year so far. It's tough to do. You know, Derrick Henry for Ross had, like 260 something total yards and outscored Kyler's 3 best scoring players all by himself. So that's tough to come back from. Let's see, with the top scoring team of the week, we had Matt Brand at 140.25, almost doubling AJ's score of 70.3. AJ, you picked a good week to only score 70 since Kyler decided to score 64. Matt Ryan had a big game. Kenyon Drake had a big game. So Matt Brand's team really rounded into form this week, also getting him to 3-3. And AJ, I believe AJ started 3-0 and now has lost 3 in a row. So quite a few people bunching up there in the 3-3 or 3-3 spot. Matt Mullen's team really rounded back into form again as well. He's at 5-1. They won 127-82 over Rob's team. Let's see, Rob did get a good game from Deshaun Watson, but Mullen's got 21 points from a defense, which it's almost impossible to lose when you do that. And then in the last matchup of the week, we had Javo, who won 122 to about 72 over Keaton. Let's see, nothing really sticking out to me. I mean, Javo had some good points from Kelsey, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire obviously had a great game, so us Chiefs fans were happy about that. So Keaton lost. He's still keeping his name changed to what I changed it to. I lost, so I'm keeping my name changed to what Ross picked for me last week. And then Matt Brand got to pick Kyler's name for this week. And that's already actually been changed. They took care of that outside of the group chats and everything. So go check that out if you feel the need to. We are going to take a look at the standings right now. So take a look at that. So like the standings show, Ross has the lead at 6-0. Mullen's standing in 2nd at 5-1, and Javo at 4-2 is in solo 3rd. Other than that, there's a 3-way tie for 4th, and then 2 people at 2-4, 2 people at 1-5, 6 playoff spots in this league. So right now, everybody still has a shot since there's a lot of football left to go. One thing I thought was interesting, Ross has the pretty unbeatable situation where not only is he the highest scoring team in the league, he also has the least amount of points scored against him in the league by about 50 points. So that's, he's not only has he got a great team, people seem to really give them their worst performance when they go up against him. So let's see if anybody can maybe take him down this week. With that, we're going to look at the Week 7 matchups. Coming in here, oh wow, there must be a lot of buys. Yeah, there's a lot of buys this week, so go ahead and get in there and update your teams. I am playing against Keaton, 2-4 versus 1-5. So kind of bottom half of the league matchup there. Mullins, ooh, there we go. Here's a good matchup for the week. Mullins at second against Ross in first. So can Mullins pull off the upset and take a tie at the top of the league, or will Ross really take a 2-game lead over the rest of the group? That will be definitely something I'm going to keep an eye on this weekend while I'm out of town. Matt Brand, highest scoring team of this week, takes on Rob. Yeah, projected leaders for Rob's got 3 quarterbacks. Is that a thing? Okay, that's an interesting conundrum to have. He's gonna have to make some choices there. Next matchup is Javo against AJ, 3rd place versus 4th place. Again, so we got 1 versus 2 and we've got 3 versus 4. So maybe a chance for some of the teams in the second half of the league to move up the roster a little bit. Yeah, Javo actually doesn't have anybody in his starting lineup on a bye yet this week, so that's lucky. Last matchup of the week will be Kyler with his new name and Derek. Derek trying to keep his win streak alive. So we'll see how that goes. Kyler, I believe Matt Brand only told you to update your team name, but Matt Brand, if you feel like making him change his logo, you have the ability to do that as well. So feel free to send a suggestion along. It is Tuesday. So anybody who wants to use their chaos rule, again, nobody's used it. We're 6 games into the season. There's only 7 more games and 8 people haven't used it. So if you don't use it during the regular season, you do not get to use it in the playoffs. So go ahead and start shaking up the league a little bit with those. Yeah, other than that, good win for the Chiefs. I was a big fan of that. There is a Thursday night football game this week. At least on the schedule right now. It's gotten changed and moved a couple times in the past few weeks, but I do think there is going to be a Thursday night football game. Like I said, I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but that's why I was trying to get this video out before I leave Thursday morning. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask me. I think everything's kind of rounding back into a little bit of normalcy. So good luck this weekend. I'm definitely going to need it because all my teams seem to be pretty terrible. And I will talk to you all in the group chat at some point over the weekend. Have a good one.